Hey everyone, it's LaShonda from Labors of Love with another Therapy Thursday video. So today, I want to talk about something that is kind of personal to me. I think I'm going to call it letting go. Um, s- as I do my own work, um, to think about and really process through the stories that I've made up about the things I've encountered in life and how I interact with those stories on a regular basis. One thing that's come up for me more recently, repeatedly, are relationships with friends that I'm no longer active in. So I'm probably, and I'm sure I'm not alone because I've had this conversation numerous times, where we have some relationships that we've had in the past and they end, and there is a defining moment or exchange or encounter where we knew that relationship was over. But there are some relationships we have that we can sit and think about them and realize there was no actual ending point. We just kind of stopped communicating, stopped engaging, stopped calling each other, stopped talking. In essence, stopped being friends. And I've had several of those over the years, but there have been a couple in the last few years that have bothered me more than maybe ones that I'd had before. And so, as I take time to think about what is it about these particular relationships that have caused me more pain and sadness or disappointment than others, I've realized a few things. And I just wanted to share those because I just have a feeling that I'm not alone. One is part of the negative experience I have regarding these relationships is that I, at some point, had a vision for this relationship that is no longer a reality. So, with some relationships where I don't talk to the people anymore, we were friends, associates, whatever. And then you're like, oh, we just lost contact or we grew apart. But for these couple that I'm talking about, I had envisioned my relationship with these people lasting a long time and impacting my life in a certain way. I think it's more difficult for me to let go of those relationships because now I have to deal with the story I made up not matching the reality of what is. So that leads to more disappointment. Another reason why these bring me more sadness or disappointment is because of the story I'm making up about why they ended. And for me personally, I've had a long history of a story that I'm disposable or undesirable. And so now that I know that I have this kind of false belief, but a rooted belief that, I'm somehow not worth um, relationships where people will actively engage in relationship, that I have to constantly be the one who is pursuing the other person, or that I have to be the person that holds the relationship together. That belief gets triggered when I think about these relationships. So I start thinking about things like, well, what did I do, or why did they stop engaging with me? Even though I too stopped engaging with them, because there's still this rooted belief that, well, if they wanted to continue to be in a relationship with me, they would reach out, all of that. So that might be relevant. Other people might be experiencing that. But what I've come to realize, and this has been years in the making, is if I don't let go of the stories I've made up about why the relationship has halted, about why, they may not be engaging with me, what I lose the opportunity to do is be thankful and have gratitude for the time we were in a relationship. When I think about the relationship I have with these couple of people, I'm constantly focusing on what is right now and why is it this way? But when I pause that and I just start thinking about the times we did have together, I realized that for that season in my life, they were good friends. They were very helpful. It was mutually beneficial and enhancing. And when I can think on those things, then I can have gratitude for the relationship, and the resentment and the hurt and the disappointment just kind of slips away. I have to be able to let go of the stories I've made up and I'm interacting with in order to have the space for the gratitude and for the appreciation for that relationship. So that is my invitation to you this week. What stories are you holding on to that are taking up so much space with resentment and disappointment and anger that is not leaving enough room for you to think about the gratitude and the appreciation for the relationships for a particular season in your life? So, if you have relationships and you have a difficult time being able to let go of the stories you've made up, Labors of Love would love to walk alongside you on that journey. Please feel free to reach out to us at www.thelaborsoflove.com. Follow us on all the major social media outlets, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Until we talk again, be well.